1ers. Good evening and thank you for watching this quiz in English with me, Hayley Edmonds. Now today there are €100 up for grabs in this quiz, and the theme of the quiz is me, the Queen. Yes, thank you very much. Why the Queen? Well, 71 years ago today, I married the love of my life, Prince Philip. So get ready to answer 9 questions on me and, of course, my marriage to Prince Philip. So as I say, if you want to win €100, how do one go about winning €100? Well, there are 9 questions. Each question is allocated a certain number of points from question number 1, which is worth worth 10 points, right up to question number 9, which is worth 100 points. Then, if you're extremely good and you get 960 points, the super winners, you will get an extra €50 to share amongst yourselves. So, to make things easier, we also give you 4 jokers. 2 jokers that will take away 2 wrong answers, the 50-50s, and 2 jokers that will multiply the point scores. One that will multiply the point score by 3 and the other by 5. So let's get started with question number 1 of this quiz in English with me, Queen Elizabeth, to celebrate the 71 years of marriage of me and my Prince Philip. Question number 1. Where did Princess Elizabeth marry Philip Mountbatten? Was it Windsor Castle? Was it St. Paul's Cathedral? Was it Westminster Abbey? Or was it King's Church? Because you see, when I got married, I wasn't a queen. I was still a princess, which is why the question asks where did Princess Elizabeth marry Philip Mountbatten? The right answer was, all those years ago, Westminster Abbey. I have such fond souvenirs of that place. 44% of you got that one correct. 22% of you thought it was St. Paul's Cathedral. 19% of you thought it was Windsor Castle. And 16% of you thought it was King's Church. Chuchas, you got that one correct. Well done. Let's move on to question number 2. How many wedding gifts were sent from around the world for the Queen's wedding? 250, 450, 4,500, or 2,500? How many wedding gifts? Now, just to give you an idea of what I did get on that day, I got a carved ivory brooch in the form of a wheat sheaf and a pair of earrings from Mrs. Edgar Strange, a red bead necklace from Mrs. Angela Reppard, 3 medallions brooches of flower designs from Mr. and Miss L.H. Howes. Wow, it's not exactly the tiara that my granny, Queen Victoria, gave me, but you know. The answer was 2,500. 51% of you got that one correct. 27% of you thought it was 4,500. 13% of you thought it was 450. And 10% of you thought it was 250. Hussein Alam, you got that one right. Well done, dear. Keep it up. Question number 3. How old am I? Or how old is Queen Elizabeth? 92 years old, 91 years old, 90 years old, or 93 years old? Did you know that I have 2 birthdays? Yes, my real birthday is on April the 21st, but because I love parties and I love celebrating with the public, well, it's also on the 2nd Saturday of every June, just so you know. The weather's nice because June is apparently, it is statistically the month with the nicest weather. Anyway, it's not always the case, unfortunately. I'm actually 92 years old. 45% of you got that one correct. 24% of you thought it was 93 years old. 12% of you thought I was only 90 years old. And 18% of you thought 91 years old. Manon, well done. Let's keep it up. Question number 4. How many people watched the Queen's coronation in 1953 on television? 10 million people? 20 million people? 15 million people? Or none? It wasn't broadcast. Now, I'm not talking about radio because a lot of people heard it on the radio. A lot of people listened to my coronation on the radio. But how many watched it on television? The right answer is 20 million people. 27% of you got that one correct. 27% of you thought it was 15 million. 23% of you thought it was 10 million. And 22% of you thought it wasn't broadcast. Guessed. You got that one right. Well done. Let's move on to question number 6. The Queen created a new breed of dog when her corgi mated with what dog? A Labrador, a Dachshund, a Yorkshire Terrier, or a Poodle? Now, what breed did the Queen mix her corgi with to create a new breed of dog? The right answer is a Dachshund. Yes, Princess Margaret called it a doggy. 19% of you, no, 32% of you got that, no, 19% of you got that one correct. 32% of you thought it was a Labrador. 19% of you thought it was a Yorkshire Terrier. And 29% of you thought it was a Poodle. Once again, well done, Manon. Question number 6. The Queen is the only person in the UK to have the right to do what? Drive over the speed limit, drink and drive on the right side of the road. By right, I mean as opposed to left, not on the correct side of the road, or drive without a licence. Now, what can the Queen do? She's the only person in the UK to be able to do that's completely illegal. The right answer is drive without a licence. 49% of you got that one correct. 19% of you thought it was drive on the right side of the road. That would be pretty hectic, wouldn't it? Just Queenie cruising down the M3 and on the wrong side of the road. 17% said drink and drive. Well, she might do, but, you know, she's not allowed to. And 16% said drive over the speed limit. Mahmoud Rashid, you got that one correct. Right, I'm going to step out of Queenie now and step it up. What football team does a Queen support? Does she support Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur, West Ham, or Arsenal? Now, it's been very specific. It's a London team. There we go. Which football team does the Queen support? I'm not going to give you any clues about that because, you know, there are 4 London clubs. And you look like you knew the right answer. 49% of you got that one correct. The right answer is Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal. The Queen supports Arsenal. 21% of you thought it was Chelsea. 15% of you thought it was Tottenham Hotspur. 15% of you thought it was West Ham. And 48% of you thought it was the Arsenal. Hussein Alam, well done. You've got 400 points already, so you are on your way to sharing a bit of your €100 prize money. Question number 8 of this quiz in English, it's worth 80 points. Prince Philip converted from which religion to Anglicanism when he married the Queen? Judaism, Islam, Greek Orthodoxy, or Catholicism? Now, which religion did Prince Philip convert from when he married the Queen? The right answer is actually Greek Orthodoxy. And it looks like you guys knew that answer. 56% of you got that one correct. 25% of you thought it was Catholicism. And 9% of you thought it was Islam. 10% of you thought it was Judaism. Mohammed Ibrahim, well done. You got that one correct. Let's move on to the final question of this quiz in English on the Queen. And why the Queen? Is because she's celebrating her 71st anniversary of marriage with Prince Philip that happened all those years ago in 1947. Now, just for the anecdote, her wedding dress was bought with rations because the war had only finished 2 years earlier. So she had to, you know, do like everyone else, buy the rations, and that's what the material was bought with. The pearls came over from the United States. Her wedding cake was 9 feet tall, and her parents were the Duke and Duchess of York. They were. There we go. And I'm not talking about not Sarah and Andrew. No, the Queen Mother. Question number 9. What is Prince Philip's nickname for the Queen? Is it Cabbage? Is it Bunny? Is it Lizzie? Or is it My Little Pea? Now, what is Prince Philip's nickname for the Queen? It has actually been officially, confirmed that this is her nickname, that Prince Philip calls her this. Now, if you're French, it's a bit of a clue, you might have more of a chance of getting it. The right answer is Cabbage. Yes, he calls her Cabbage. Because in French you say mon petit chou, it's like a little affectionate way of saying, oh, my little honey or babe. Well, they say my little cabbage in French. So, you know, Prince Philip, the worldly, intelligent, funny, not at all clumsy man that he is, That's what he calls the Queen, which, yeah, fortunately it's not because of, you know, the comparison, maybe the size of her head or something, I don't know. 74% of you got that one correct. 10% of you thought it was Lizzie. Probably calls her Lizzie as well when he's annoyed or something. 9% of you thought it was My Little Pea, and 7% of you thought it was Bunny. Now, des nuptiales. Well done, you got that one correct. 500 points as well, so you'll be touching a part of the 100 euros. For those who get more than 400 points tonight, will be getting their part in 100 euros. So there are 477 people that will be sharing that prize money, those 100 euros. And we have how many super winners? 58 super winners that will be sharing the extra 50 euros. So that gives a total, for those of you who got more than 400 points, of 21 cents. And for those of you who got the super winners, €1.07. Well done. So 477 people will be taking home a bit of cash money, plus the 68 people, the 68 super winners of this quiz in English. Thank you so much for joining me for this quiz in English tonight. Don't forget, Saturday, there is a special quiz, 500 euros up for grabs. And just follow the Be The One social media, because we'll be giving a few clues as to the theme of this special quiz on Saturday. And there'll be 500 euros, as I say, up for grabs. It's a British group. That's all I'm saying. A British group, musical group. And they will be the theme of my quiz in English on Saturday. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow, same time, same place, for another quiz in English, where there'll be another 100 euros up for grabs. So see you then, Be The Oneers. Thank you so much for joining me for this special Queen tonight, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Goodbye.